Free means different things to different people. Free is the laughter we share together. Free are the tears of joy on that special day. Free is the ability to express yourself. Free is the air dancing around your fingers. Free feels good, and so does saving. At First Ontario Credit Union, our members always get free checking, free ATM use, free debit, free deposits, free e-statements, and new members get a free gift. Visit freeisgood.ca and get money doing better for you at First Ontario Credit Union.
And welcome back to the 2016 ISC World Tournament here in Quad Cities, Illinois. Chris Abbott and Joe Todd bringing you the call here for the final game on Sunday between the visiting team, the Circle Tap Dukes, and the home team, the Pueblo Bandits. And Joe, we were talking about in our last broadcast, these two teams similar in terms of their level and their ability, and it's a big game for both coming into this early part of the tournament.
Exactly. Circle Tap probably had a little bit better finish than the Pueblo Bandits last year. Circle Tap ended up in the top 8, and the Pueblo Bandits were down in the lower 25 area. The big game that I remember from last year's tournament in South Bend with the Circle Tap Dukes was that they upset the Toronto Gators on the Monday night game 3-2, and that was a big game for the Circle Tap Dukes.
Circle Tap are really looking to improve every year, and they've been around for a long time. And tonight's starting pitcher for Circle Tap will be Joel Goodall.
Joel Goodall will keep you in the ball game. He's got average power or average strength in his arm there, but he's got all the mixes of his pitches. He's got the full arsenal of a rise ball, drop ball, and the curve. And so you're going to have to play a little bit of defense behind him, but Joel Goodall will keep you in this ball game.
Goodall did not throw last night for, the Pueblo played last night, not Circle Tap.
Yep.
Got ahead of myself there. And Pueblo advancing with a 3-2 win over Ostrander. And now they're into their second game of the tournament. For Circle Tap, this will be their first. So Circle Tap will bat first here in the top of the first inning. Looking at the lineup, leading off is Ryan Sinclair, the shortstop. Batting second, number 41, Daniel Dalton, who's making his ISC debut tonight at second base. Batting third, number 15, Manny Godoy, the first baseman. The center fielder, Jovan Henley. At the fifth spot, number 33, Zane Van Leezoot. He's the catcher. Batting sixth, number 12, Guillermo Patat, the DP. Number 29, Tim Crouch, the third baseman. Number 50, Jeff Matazinski, the left fielder, and the right fielder is Justin Colombo. Looking at Pueblo from left to right in the outfield, Isaac Nanez in left field, Chris Norris in center, Seth Bourgeois in right, Wilton Villafana at third, Dan Vigil at short, Nick Santos at second, Mike Ramirez at first, and the battery for the Pueblo Bandits tonight, Melvin Batista gets the start on the mound, and Tyrone Sandoval will be flashing the signals.
The blue for tonight's game, Charlie Johnson from Minnesota behind the plate, Paul Squires from North Carolina at first base, and Mike Morrissey from Ontario doing third base.
Ryan Sinclair, the shortstop, steps in to lead things off, right-handed hitter. Sinclair hailing from Australia, Victoria. So Batista, who pitched 7 innings last night for Pueblo in the win, gave up 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 13 strikeouts. He is back on the mound for game number 2. Batista, one of 4 out-of-area players with Pueblo from the Dominican Republic. Circle tap in the all black, Pueblo in the red tops and white pants, and we're underway here in the final game of the night, and that's foul for strike 1.
First pitch at 8:42 Central Time.
Weather has been perfect throughout the day, still warm. I just took a walk around Diamond 5 before this game started. A beautiful summer night here in Moline. Rise ball is up and out of the zone. Sinclair was thinking about a bunt, but certainly wasn't in the range. One pitch at the letters for strike 2.
Good pitch location there by Batista, trying to catch that outside corner.
1-2 count, no score. Leadoff batter Ryan Sinclair in the top of the first. Sinclair really choked up on the bat, but it doesn't matter as he watches strike 3 on the outside corner.
Again, good pitch level though. He dropped that ball down around the knees and caught the outside corner, picking up the first strikeout of the game.
Daniel Dalton joined the Circle Tap Dukes about halfway through the summer. The latest Newfoundlander to join the ISC circuit. Dalton was a longtime third baseman for the Kelly's Pub Junior Canadians. Of course, Joe, you know that franchise well.
Yes. Toured around with them a few years ago.
Dalton takes ball 1 high. Daniel's parents, Jerry and Yvonne, are here in the park. He takes a healthy swing at strike 1.
Just wonder how many little butterflies are flying in the Dalton.
You know what? You can be sure there's plenty. He's waited a long time to get this opportunity. Takes another good hack for strike 2. 1-2 count, so Batista has gotten ahead of the first 2 batters. He went outside for a drop ball to strike out Sinclair. Let's see what he brings back here with this 1-2 count. Way up and out on a curving rise ball.
A little bit of a waste pitch there by Batista.
Dalton wasn't interested in chasing that one. He's got the contrast of the all-white bat against the fully black uniform. 2-2, just low. Batista wanted that one, changed the eyesight of Dalton. He's worked it full.
Good plate appearance here by Dalton. Worked his way back in the count.
Ball 4, Daniel Dalton will walk. 1 runner on, 1 out, and the number 3 batter is the first baseman, Manny Godoy.
First baseman, number 15, Manuel Godoy.
Well, we'll see right away if the Circle Tap Dukes want to get in the small ball game.
Number 3 batter squares, pulls back, tried to slap it to left field, fouls it way out of the park down the left field line here in Moline. The Quad Cities hosting the 2016 ISC World Fastball Tournament.
This is the 70th anniversary for the ISC this year. Rock Island and Moline both have big histories going back to the earlier part of the tournament.
Runner goes, and an easy stolen base for Daniel Dalton as he moves down to second with 1 away. Picked a good pitch to go on there, a bit of a change-up from Batista.
Tyrone Sandoval was a little late getting that ball released.
See the infielders now communicating with each other. You know, you oftentimes rely on the bench to have that runner. And sometimes early in the game, the bench not as engaged as they need to be. Either way, Dalton is on second. 1-1 count. Sandoval kind of caught that one awkwardly. Had to turn over his glove outside, ball 2. Dalton leaning in, trying to maybe find some signs, tip some location. Again, the way Sandoval receives that pitch, Joe, you can see he's not helping out his pitcher Batista at all.
Exactly, and he's not framing the pitch early in the count, giving the pitcher a good target. It's going to make it awful hard on the umpire as well.
That's in the dirt, so it's a full count. The pitch was a strike on the steal attempt, so it was 0-2, not 1-1. That's 3 straight balls to the batter, Manny Godoy.
2 consecutive batters that we've gone to a full count now.
Batista hangs it, line drive to first is caught, and Dalton is going to be doubled off. And the Pueblo Bandits get out of the jam here in the first inning. Runner on second with 1 out. Just like that, they're erased. The 1-6 double play.
Good defense there by the first baseman, Mike Ramirez, catching that line drive off the bat of Manuel Godoy. Catching Dalton a few steps off the bag, and then we're gone down to the 3rd out of the inning with Circle Tap not picking up that first run. They originally had that runner in scoring position with just 1 out, but they were unable to touch that runner across the plate.
So that'll bring Pueblo to the plate in the bottom of the first. Leading off will be the third baseman, Wilton Villafana. The second baseman, Nick Santos, bats second. Mike Ramirez at first base, who made that double play, is batting third. The catcher, Tyrone Sandoval, in the cleanup spot. Batista, the pitcher, batting fifth, something that has kind of left the game a little bit, but historically, pitchers have been the best players on their fast pitch teams. Isaac Nanez is in left field. Chris Norris in center field, batting seventh. Sean Vandeval is the designated player, and Dan Vigil is batting ninth. The flex player, Seth Bourgeois, is in right field and not batting. For Circle Tap across the outfield from left to right, Jeff Matazinski, Jovan Hanley, and Justin Colombo. Tom Crouch is at third base, Ryan Sinclair at short, Daniel Dalton at second, Manny Godoy at first, and Zane Van Lieshout is the catcher for Joel Goodall, who gets the start tonight.
A few players on the Circle Tap team using the high cut socks. The pitcher, Joel Goodall, shortstop Ryan Sinclair. The rest of the team wearing the long pant routine.
Yeah, kind of like hockey socks out there. Got the 2 stripes on the middle. Definitely a different look for Circle Tap here. They're stylish black uniforms, and they've also got the black numbers with the green outlines, so makes it very difficult for announcers to see what's going on. So thank you to Circle Tap for that. But other than that, the uniforms look great.
We got some inside connections here beside us, so the Buddha will help us out with any changes.
Goodall gives up a flare to left field, and that's in for a leadoff single. Check that. That was caught. Our view is a little bit obstructed there. Caught by Matazinski. I'm 0 for 1 this inning.
Good play by Matazinski to charge in on that ball. Villafana just took that outside pitch by Goodall and just drove it out to left field, but good grab by Matazinski.
Nick Santos was 2 for 4 yesterday in the game against Ostrander. Takes ball 1 low. Goodall was wondering where exactly that pitch was. Santos, very small. Makes himself very small in the batter's box. Took a look at ball 2 high.
Good crowd here on a Sunday night.
Santos with a healthy swing, fouled strike 1. Absolutely, there's been good crowds here, in and out all day. We've had 3 fields of action. And that'll only pick up as the week goes on. The Legends tournaments and the Under 21 tournaments will get them underway. Santos even at 2-2. One down in the bottom of the first inning. No score between the Circle Tap Dukes and the Pueblo Bandits.
Goodall just fighting it a little bit. Has to maintain a little bit better control here, especially at the start of the ball game.
First game of the tournament, maybe a little amped up, getting a little bit under that rise ball. Strike 3 called. Santos tried to sell it. Blue Crew having no part of it. That'll bring up Mike Ramirez with 2 down in the bottom of the first inning. Ramirez still looking for his first hit. He was 0 for 3 with a strikeout yesterday.
First baseman, number 22, Mike Ramirez.
Ramirez takes a ball just a little inside. Swing and a miss at the drop ball. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 down in the bottom of the first inning. Mike Ramirez at the plate for the Pueblo Bandits. That drop ball is low and outside, 2-1.
Yeah, at least really set up outside on that pitch.
Change up, and it freezes Ramirez for a strike.
Nice pitch there by Joel Goodall. First time we've seen that pitch, so we'll see how often that's activated.
I was just thinking he'd be coming high and hard, and then he dropped the change up in. Now on the outside corner, strike 3 as he had Ramirez all tangled up. 3 up, 3 down. Go the Pueblo Bandits in the bottom of the first inning on the strength of 2 backwards Ks from Joel Goodall.
Well, just a good assortment of pitches by Joel Goodall. Threw that ball at 2 different levels and 3 different pitches, so Joel Goodall kept the Pueblo Bandits to a very clean inning. Went to a full count just 1 time, that second batter.
And Batista back out for his second inning of work. Coming up will be the 4, 5, 6 hitters. Hanley, Van Lyshout, and Patats.
Both these teams carrying a long tradition of sponsorship. Circle Tap Bar, back in the Wisconsin area, has been a good supporter of the ISC ball team, and so has the Pueblo Bandits. Long tradition there by Chris Santos and the Santos family.
Top of the second inning, no score here on the ISC network. Circle Tap with the 4, 5, 6 batters. Drop ball, strike 1 on big Jovan Hanley.
Line out to left field.
Melvin Batista, the Dominican pitcher, on the mound.
You bet.
Wearing number 5 for Pueblo. Strike 2 as Hanley swings through the off speed.
Now I remember Batista. Batista was with Dominican Republic in the Saskatoon tournament last year when we were at the ISFs.
Oh, 2 count, Hanley in a hole. Batista's gotten ahead of the hitters all game. Not sure, that one must have been a little bit inside. He had good height. Always hard to tell when you're at the angle a little bit back and offset as we are. And sometimes cleanup hitters do get the benefit of the doubt on an 0-2 pitch. High and outside, Hanley's worked himself back into the count, 2-2. First game of the tournament for Circle Tap. Pueblo played yesterday in a nail-biter, the closest game of the day, a 3-2 victory. Hanley swings at the inside drop ball, and he goes down. The third strikeout for Batista.
Big, heavy swing there by Hanley.
Now batting the catcher, number 33, Zane Van Lucia.
Van Leishout steps in with one down in the top of the second inning. The catcher for Circle Tap. He's got that big high stance. Looks at the pitch for ball one. Fouls it off, got a real nice piece, and the pain of the fence is still shaking.
Our camera's still in a good spot, though.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a bracketed camera up there, and I know you can see a little bit of the chain link fence in there. That'll be taken care of for tomorrow's games. Changing a little bit of the format here for the ISC network this year. You can notice that we're streaming on YouTube now. Actually, that change was made in haste today as we had some technical problems, but by all accounts, things are working fairly well here now at the Green Valley Complex in Moline. 1-2 count to Van Leishout. Rise ball out of the zone, 2-2. Batista's got the 3 strikeouts, Joe, and that happens because he's ahead in the count. He's not falling behind.
Exactly, but the thing I've noticed about Batista, he's a real quick worker. He's grabbing the ball and getting right back to it. Now, he's just not finding the rhythm. He's got himself into a nice, clean rhythm, but he just can't seem to find the plate. Obviously, with the 3 strikeouts, he's got to be doing something right, but...
Well, he finds a way to get ahead, then he nibbles around a bit, and the Circle Tap hitters have been very disciplined not to chase. Now we've got another full count on Van Leishout. Full count pitch. Oh, beautiful changeup. Van Leishout is frozen in his tracks. Call it strikeout number 4 for Batista. Check that 3. I was getting ahead of myself. His 16th of the tournament.
Now batting, number 12, the designated player, Jerome Pate.
He's very deceptive. He's sneaky fast, I guess. Trying to think of a good description there.
Inside drop ball for strike 1 and the DP Patat.
The only big weakness I can see of Batista, he's throwing a lot of pitches.
He's throwing a lot of pitches, and he's already into his 9th inning of the tournament. Change up, they let this one go. 1-1. Swing and a miss is strike 2 with 2 down on Guillermo Patat. 2 away in the top of the second inning. Circle Tap and Pueblo.
Batista doesn't throw a lot of strikes, but Circle Tap are very aggressive at the plate, and they're swinging at a lot of pitches.
1-2 pitch from Batista. Outside as he took a quick look over his left shoulder. I think he might have been a little disappointed with the location. And again, the Circle Tap batters with 2 strikes have been cognizant of the zone. 2-2 with 2 down in the top of the second inning. Way high, and again, Batista's into a full count.
Well, this might come back to haunt him later on in the game. Obviously, you have a pitch limit. Obviously, nobody coming into this tournament with a rubber arm, so the more pitches that you throw earlier in the tournament will come back to catch up with you come Thursday and Friday.
Threw 114 in last night's win. Again, a changeup, freezing Patat, strikes out the side, and down goes Circle Tap in the top of the second inning.
Circle Tap in the top of the second. No runs, no hits.
It'll be the 4, 5, 6 batters for Pueblo. Tyrone Sandoval, Melvin Batista, and Isaac
Pueblo
Nanez.
Bandits will be their catcher, number 11, Tyrone Sandoval.
Sandoval comes in batting .333, 1 for 3 with a run scored in yesterday's victory.
Why do you play? For 100 years since 1912, Worth has been helping top athletes answer that question. Whether it's for strikeouts or home runs, the Worth K-Master 120 is the best ball in men's fast-pitch softball, and there's nothing soft about it or you. Worth is proud to be the official ball supplier to the ISC. Visit worthsports.com for more information on Worth products, including the K-Master.
Goodall really comes off the mound hard to the right, just watching his warm-up pitches there. Really puts his entire lower body into the pitch.
Well, the big concern I have about that thing is how quickly are you going to be able to pick up the ball defensively when it comes off the bat when it comes back to you.
Big Tyrone Sandoval, the catcher, steps in for Pueblo. Goodall in his second inning of work gets ahead with a strike right down Main Street. So important for these pitchers to get ahead will be one of the themes we talk about here this week, because once you fall behind, you're pitching from a position of weakness. It's a ball, a little low and outside, but a good spot nonetheless from Joel Goodall. Sandoval, the cleanup hitter, faking the slap. Fouls off a changeup to the left side, had him tied up, but he still managed to get a piece.
Good timing on by Sandoval there to pick up the rotation on that ball.
1-2 count, nobody down in the bottom of the second inning. Tyrone Sandoval, the batter. Fouls it off, just getting a piece to stay alive. Sandoval leads off here in the top of the second inning, no score between Pueblo and Circle Tap here on the ISC network. Interestingly enough, he came off the mound to the other side that time as he tried to turn the ball over. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's high and out of the zone. Another full count. That's the theme of the night. We don't have a full moon, do we? A lot of full counts.
Yeah.
Come on, Tyrone, we need base runners.
3-2 pitch, the leadoff batter, Sandoval. Fouled off, and we'll do it again. Sandoval had 1 strikeout in yesterday's game. You can tell he's right on the ball again tonight. And rung up looking goes Tyrone Sandoval. So we've seen it on both sides. The pitchers have gotten themselves in a jam, and then the hitters are looking for walks that aren't there.
Again, you know, the umpire has been very generous at the home plate, but you're going to be noticing, you know, his style and how wide the plate's going to be, so you got to get a little bit more aggressive out there.
pitcher Batista. He swings wildly at a drop ball on the outside for strike one. He wouldn't hit that in 100 years, the swing he took at that pitch, pulling right off of it. Strike two on Batista as they stay working outside. Goodall works pretty swiftly as well. 0-2 pitch. High and outside, 1-2 with one down as the pitcher Melvin Batista bats for the first time in this game. He was 0 for 3 in yesterday's game. A 3-2 win over Ostrander.
Kind of different to see that pitcher batting out that 5-hole too.
I like it. I like to see it. Two, one away. Batista holds off, and yet another full count.
I should have brought my pitch counter tonight. We could have had a lot of fun.
Joel Goodall gives up a long fly ball, and it lands just ahead of the fence around second, and heading for third is the pitcher Batista. And he scampers in with a stand-up triple.
Triple going the other way, too, so a lot of power there by Batista.
Well, channeling his inner Dean Holine out, pitching on the mound and showing the power. Although Dean maybe never scampered for a lot of triples, but that one was just feet from being a home run. One of those pitch the win, hit the home run, and get out of here. And we can see why Melvin Batista, highly sought after from Pueblo, he's on third with one down as Isaac Nanez steps in. Nanez is 1 for 3 in yesterday's game as well, and he's hit by the pitch, trots down to first, and Pueblo are threatening.
Batting, number 45, center fielder.
Runners on the corner, just one down here.
Chris Norris did not play in yesterday's game as Reimer got the start in center field, so this will be Norris's first at bat here at the 2016 ISC. And we've got a meeting on the mound. Circle Tap Dukes trying to figure out what they're going to do if Nanez decides to run, what they're going to do on a ground ball to the left, what they're going to do on a ground ball to the right. Joe, you're around this game long enough, you know what usually happens now. Pass ball. First and third, Pueblo in the bottom of the second inning. Number 7 batter, Chris Norris, the center fielder. Shows bunt. Infielders shuffle around. And it's low for ball one. Batista has speed on third base, we know that. But I don't think you want to do a squeeze play with your pitcher running on third.
No, not on the opening Sunday.
Maybe a fake bunt to draw the steal. Norris swings 1-1.
Really lifted his head on that pitch. Goodall was smart. He come back with another drop ball here.
1 ball, 1 strike. Runners on first and third. A little slap from Norris, half-hearted. Tried to pound it into the ground. And now he is behind in the count, 1-2.
Turn it up and hit it somewhere, buddy. Come on. Turn it up and hit it.
It's a big pitch in this game, a big at-bat in this game. And it's lifted over the second baseman's head into right center field. An RBI double for Chris Norris. Batista plates and scampering first to third is Nanez.
Norris just took that pitch and drove it over the second baseman's head, just out of the range. Second baseman Daniel Dalton jumped a little laterally, but unable to pull that one in, scoring the first run of the game for the Pueblo Bandits.
Now batting the designated player, number 6, Sean Vanderwall.
Vanderwall steps in, the DP. He was 0 for 1 with 2 walks in yesterday's victory. And he's got a chance here. Runners on second and third, only 1 out in the bottom of the second. Chance for the Pueblo Bandits to jump out to a big lead here. Goodall outside drop ball, swing and a miss from Vanderwall for strike 1.
Come on, see it and hit it, Sean. Come on.
Keep in mind, Circle Tap does have Sebastian Gervasuti on the bench. He's now down in the bullpen.
I can't imagine allowing this game to get too far out of hand.
Drop ball, that crossed up the catcher.
Zane Van Leeshoot.
Got down to avoid any pass ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners on second and third for Vanderwall. That was the one he wanted to hit. Drop ball, he missed it. 1 and 2.
Turn it up. Wolfie hit it somewhere.
Well, the drop ball seems to be Goodall's best pitch. So he started the game out on fire. 3 consecutive strikeouts.
Fall out. If all else fails, drop ball on the outside half of the plate. Ground ball foul, as that pitch was outside, but Vanderwall managed to pull it to the right. Runners on second and third, 1 run in, 1 away here in the top of the second inning. Check that bottom of the second inning.
What do you need, Gary? I don't think so, I'll tell him.
1 and 2 is the count. Check swing. As Vanderwall works himself back in. Actually, that's a full count now. Goodall with the 3-2. Ball 4 is low. Bases are loaded for Dan Vigil. So after an impressive first inning and getting the first batter of this inning, Goodall's given up a triple, hit a batter, a double, and now a walk. And that is going to be the end of Joel Goodall's night. And Sebastian Gervasuti is going to walk into shark-infested waters. Bandits on the train, if you will, as it's going to be bases loaded for Dan Vigil with 1 out. Sebastian Gervasuti.
Gervasuti will have his hands full, that's for sure. Goodall really didn't leave him in a good spot by walking that number 8 batter. You figure that that hit batsman to Isaac Nanez, the number 6 batter, the 3rd batter of the inning, really set up this whole inning, really.
Now pitching for Circle Tap, number 21, Sebastian Gervasuti.
The Argentinian will take over. Former farmhand with the Farm Tavern when he first broke in.
Murphy's Fish and Chips is not only a great place to get some of the best seafood in Canada, but is also one of the best fastball sponsors in the game. Voted Nova Scotia's best fish and chips by Eastlink TV, Murphy's is a family institution since 1996 and a proud fastball sponsor of many Canadian and ISC championship teams. Open 7 days a week. Come join us for our famous English-style fish and chips or any of our daily specials. Murphy's is located at 88 Esplanade in Truro, Nova Scotia. We thank Dave T. Anderson and Murphy's Fish and Chips for their commitment to fastball and the broadcast program.
Early in his career, anyhow, it wasn't his first team. So big opportunity for Dan Vigil, 0 for 2 yesterday. So a make or break moment in this game. As the number 9 hitter, the shortstop Dan Vigil steps in. What a time to get his first hit of the tournament.
Batting number 8, shortstop Dan Vigil.
So a walk and a hit batsman are out there on the bases right now, Joe Todd, and it always seems to be those ones that come back to get you.
Again, just the little mental errors in the game that comes back. They don't look too much like on a scorebook, but when you do the tally at the end of the game.
So now Van Lys out and Gervasuti just getting on the same page. Interesting that the infield not necessarily drawn in at all for Circle Tap.
You would have thought that they would have been playing on more on the line to cut down that runner at home plate. Get the forced play.
First one is in the dirt and Van Lieshout saves a run. Wow.
Good play there by catcher Van Lieshout.
That was a hard drop ball from Gervasuti.
Good scoop.
Maybe got Veal dancing a little bit too in the batter's box. Another one in the same spot, a little closer, but still going to be out of the zone. Ball 2. And what a tough situation to come into for a pitcher with the bases loaded and 1 out.
Certainly not the ideal thing of what you dream about in the morning when you get up, but Gervasuti's going to have to handle the situation and move on.
Time called by the hitter Veal. Dan Veal is one of the locals from Pueblo. That gets to the backstop, and we're going to have an out at the plate. Oh, a big chance lost as Nanes was a little slow getting off the mark. A big out for Circle Tap as the runners advance to second and third, but out number 2 made at the plate.
Good clean bounce off that screen by St. Van Lieshout too, and good cover at the plate by Sebastian Gervasuti.
So talking about not how you draw it up, a second out nonetheless.
Both runners advance.
So now 2 down in the bottom of the second. Pueblo with runners on second and third. And trying to escape after giving up only 1 run. Strike 2.
Clean blue or what?
You feel the tension in the park. Full count, 2 down.
Could be a big point in the ball game here.
You knew somebody was going to call time there because everybody was standing still.
That 20-second clock could come in handy right now.
What'd you think about that when you were at the
I really like it. It really speeds up the game. I really like the fact that the batter can't step out of the box without calling time. The time clock still stays at whatever it was when the time was called. I love the time clock.
Talk about called strike 3, and Gervasuti comes in and gets the circle tap Dukes out of a jam. Isn't even the right word for it. It was bigger than a jam, but they give up 1 run, and a strikeout and a play at the plate will get them out of the bases loaded situation.
Great job coming off the bench. You thought of that ideal bounce that Van Lieshout got for that second out of the inning, and then a key strikeout to number 9 batter Dan Vigil.
And the key now, if you're circle tap, I think, Joe, is coming back out and creating some offense of your own. Really flying off that success as Gervasuti came off the bench.
Exactly. This is the time to reply right away for circle tap. No better time to reply than right the next inning when you come out the bats.
They have no hits yet. It'll be the 7, 8, 9 batters in Crouch, Matazinski, and Colombo. And Melvin Batista, who has 4 Ks, a triple, and a run scored, is out on the mound for his 3rd inning of work.
Come on, Melvin!
No messing around. He does work quick, doesn't he? Drop ball on the outside part of the plate for strike 1.
Exactly, yeah. And I'm sure his infielders really like that component, too, of his game.
Tom Crouch at the plate, the 3rd baseman. Takes the ball high, 1-1.
Tom with that big ankle guard on that front left foot.
And that's for those inside drop balls that you,
Nice pitch!
from time to time, take off the front leg. 2-1 the count. Batista leans back. Tried to curve inside, but it won't reach, and he's falling behind 3-1.
Get him, Melvin.
Batista not happy with himself out there on the mound right now.
3-1 is inside and a leadoff walk. So if your circle tap, all the cliches are coming in line. You get out of a jam, you get the leadoff runner on. And Jeff Matazinski will step in.
Jeff Matazinski.
Tommy Crouch, good plate appearance there, good discipline.
So do you play for 1 here now, or do you? Yep, that answers that question. Squaring to bunt. Strike called on the high pitch. Matazinski's going to shake his head and go for a little walk. Does not agree.
Matazinski's got a real tall frame there, but
He does. See if he squares with 1 strike. He does. He'll get the bunt down. Coming across from 3rd base, making the play is Villafana. And great execution from Matazinski, bringing up the number 9 hitter, Justin Colombo.
well executed sacrifice bunt there by Matazinski. Turned, squared on the pivot foot, laid it down softly, pretended the bat was his glove.
So Colombo looking to bring it around to the top for Ryan Sinclair. 1 away, runner in scoring position for Circle Tap. Batista nibbling on the outside for strike 1. Circle Tap had a runner on second in the first inning, and Daniel Dalton, he was doubled off on a line drive double play. Batista working quickly and is ahead 0-2 on Colombo. That changeup is lethal. Colombo gets just a piece to stay alive.
And he's throwing it for a strike too.
Yes.
That's the key component of that strike, that changeup.
Can't be afraid to break it out. High to the backstop. That's going to move the runner down to third and Crouch. So the furthest a circle tap base runner has gotten today. 1 and 2 is the count on Colombo with 1 down. Circle tap giving up a run in the bottom of the second. They're trying to answer right back. One-two pitch. Rise ball is fouled off into the Moline net. Crouch led off the inning with a walk. He was sacrificed to second by Matasinski. A wild pitch has gotten him to third. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Down goes Colombo for the second out of the inning, and we're going to be back to the leadoff hitter and Ryan Sinclair, the shortstop, who went down on strikes in his first at bat.
Batting shortstop number 65, Ryan Sinclair.
Sinclair, chopper to third. Great job coming across the infield. Wilton Villafana and Pueblo avoid giving up a run here in the third inning. 2 real nice defensive plays by Villafana.
Well, that time the leadoff walk didn't come back to haunt the Pueblo Bandits. Tom Crouch stranded at third base.
Crouch leadoff walk. The next 3 are retired. And we'll head to the bottom of the third.
It's going to be the third baseman, number 3, Wilton Villafana.
And Villafana, after making those 2 fine defensive plays, will grab his helmet and bat and come to the plate to lead things off.
How many times do you see it where the guy comes up with a big defensive inning and then has to come back to show the offensive side? So Wilton Villafana will be the leadoff batter here. Bottom of the third inning. Pueblo Bandits leading, scoring that big run back in the second inning. A triple by the pitcher, Melvin Batista. He come in on a off-field double by Chris Norris for the lone run of the game.
Sebastian Gervasuti out for his second inning of work after coming on, working out of a jam left by Joel Goodall. And Villafana will get his first look at Sebastian Gervasuti in this game. He flew out to left field, got a good piece. It was a real nice play by Matazinski out there. Drop ball is a ball to get things started in the bottom of the third inning. Same pitch, same result, ball 2. And now Van Lyshout is going to go out and chat with Gervasuti. I'm not sure what you say after that. Throw it closer to the plate, maybe.
Gervasuti not the quick worker that Goodall was. Takes a few steps back behind the plate every time.
Every pitcher definitely has their own routine. And we'll see a gaggle of them here this week. Gervasuti stepped off. I wonder if him and Van Lyshout still working things out there.
Little bit of a snicker on Gervasuti's face right now.
And he managed to get that curveball in on the outside corner.
Now you're ready, Will. Now you're ready.
Finding the pitch he was trying to throw the first 2. 2-1 pitch to Villafana. Snapped the mitt right at the target for strike 2. 2-2 count on Villafana, the leadoff batter in the bottom of the third. Swing and a miss, strike three, down he goes. And as the Circle Tap infielders fire the ball around the infield, Nick Santos will dig in.
Villafano should have been laying off on that pitch. That rise ball was way out of the strike zone.
Second baseman, Nick Santos.
Santos went down looking back in the first inning. He'll step up with one away. Tries to sneak down a bunt. Didn't touch the ball, and it's strike one.
Good movement on the corners by Circle Tap.
Fouled right back, and that one shook our camera a little bit. Looks like it's okay. Maybe needs a little adjustment.
Little cockeyed there.
We'll get our technical staff on that right away. Santos, they're going to check his swing. No, he did not. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike three. Santos goes down, and Gervasuti has sat down 3 in a row by way of the K.
Gervasuti's done a great job after coming in back in that second inning with the bases loaded in one situation.
He has struck out each of the batters he faced. Now Mike Ramirez steps in. He also struck out his first time around. Ramirez still looking for his first hit here in the ISC tournament in 2016. And Gervasuti's painting that outside corner to the left-handed hitters.
What, Gary?
Hit it, come on.
Foul ball straight back. 0-2 is the count on Ramirez.
Santos struck out.
Two down in the bottom of the third. Ramirez looks at a rise ball out of the zone. One and two is the count. Pueblo batting, they lead by 1. The pitcher, Melvin Batista, tripled in the second inning and was driven in on the Chris Norris double. That's all the offense here in this game. Maybe the Hill United Chiefs used it all up in the 6:30 game.
There was a lot that touched the base there.
Their offense was offensive, in fact, as they put up 23 on Todd's mudjacking against a 79-year-old starting pitcher. Where are we? What's going on? And if you weren't with us for that game and you think that sounds ridiculous, it was. Two and two is the count to Ramirez. Chopper back to the mound, Gervasuti. With the old pitcher's overhand. 1-3, down goes Ramirez. Maybe that's why he likes striking guys out.
It's a lot easier on your arm.
In order go the Pueblo Bandits in the bottom of the third inning. We're moving right along to the top of the fourth. It's going to be the 2, 3, 4 hitters for Circle Tap. Daniel Dalton, Manny Godoy, and Jovan Hanley.
Leading off for Circle Tap in the top of the fourth. Second baseman, number 41, Daniel Dalton.
The annual Boys of Summer Tournament is held every July at Circle Tap Bar and Grill in Denmark, Wisconsin. We host some of the top teams in the game at one of the best venues in softball. The atmosphere of old-time Fastpitch with all of the amenities of a full-service bar and grill on the grounds can't be beat. Reduced-rate hotels about 10 minutes from the park are available in Green Bay. To bring your team to the annual Boys of Summer Tournament next July, contact Dean Kane at ct16@greenbaynet.com. Thanks to Circle Tap for their support of the broadcast program.
I just sent him a text. He sent back, well, there it is.
Melvin Batista back on the mound for his 4th inning of work. He has been unblemished so far, save for a leadoff walk in the 3rd. Check that, and the Dalton walk as well. So 2 walks, no hits given up so far by Batista.
Well, Batista's just done a good job just mixing his pitches, mixing his locations, and being fairly aggressive and speedy on the mound. I think he's throwing off the circle tap batters a little bit by his quick pitching.
Daniel Dalton, who reached via the walk in the 1st inning, was doubled off. Fouls off the first pitch right towards the tent where the ladies are selling the ice cold refreshments here in Moline. Strike 1. And Dalton rips this into the left center field gap. It's going to get down. He rounds first, and a great job by Chris Norris in corralling that and quickly getting it back to the infield.
Well, Daniel Dalton picking up his first hit of his ISC career right there.
The bat, the first baseman, number 15, Manuel Godoy.
So Manny Godoy steps in. He lined out to first in his first at-bat with Dalton on second. And it was Godoy who got a piece of one of those changeup. Dalton goes again. And Circle Tap are exploiting Tyrone Sandoval behind the plate. 2 stolen bases for Daniel Dalton.
Good aggressive coaching there by the Circle Tap Dukes management staff.
Ed Matazinski, the field manager. So, deja vu as we have Godoy at the plate, Dalton on second, and 1 away. And that one is ripped down the left side, but foul. A break as a couple of balls make their way back to the field. The count is 0-2.
Come on, Melvin!
Ball's outside. Dalton taking a healthy lead off second base. But I guess he feels he has speed that outweighs the arm of Tyrone Sandoval.
Well, he got caught off the last time on that double play, so probably a little bit more hesitant.
That's a great point. Fouled straight back. One and 2 the count to Godoy. Oh, and he just missed hitting that one a mile.
Come on, Melvin!
He's got the timing down on Batista now. Dalton's the runner at second here in the top of the 4th inning. Circle Tap trail by 1. Looking to pull even. Drop ball outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and now you see the middle infielders paying a bit more attention to Dalton out there on second base. Rise ball was well out of the zone. Godoy got a piece of it. Fouls it all the way back over to diamond 6. Actually landed on the adjacent field.
I like the aggressiveness of Godoy, though, going after that pitch.
We haven't seen Batista break out the changeup. It was the changeup that he got Godoy on last time. hard drop ball. Fouled off the fence and into the second tier of the bleachers here at Diamond 5. Good battle going on here between Melvin Batista and Manuel Godoy. Two count, one away, runner on second base. Off speed to first. They're going to call it foul. That was close.
Must have went off his foot then, did it?
Must have had his glove just inside the bag. We've got a couple of obstructions to our view here. There's the changeup. Godoy, not fooled this time, fouls it off down the right field line, and that's 4 or 5 foul balls now in this at bat.
Well, Godoy was waiting for that changeup there. He was anticipating Batista and Sandoval being on that same page.
So if you're Batista now, you've thrown everything at Manny Godoy, and he's gotten a piece of all of it.
Well, I think I'd probably come back with a rise ball here. With a 2-2 count.
2-2, one down. Jovan Hanley is on deck. Godoy fouls off another one. What a battle. Melvin Batista has thrown every inning of the game and a half so far played by Pueblo. And at-bats like this aren't going to help his cause heading forward. Going outside, full count. It's a big pitch in this game.
Big pressure pitch here right now.
Three and two, runner on second is Dalton. He will score on anything to the outfield. Another foul ball.
He's throwing a bushel full of balls right now to Godoy.
Well, it's a full count, and he's fouled off 6 or 7. So we don't have the official pitch count, but it's got to be 13-ish. Inside, ball 4. Manny Godoy wins the battle, and Batista has lost. That's the kind of at-bat that really gets your bench into the game, Joe.
Exactly. Godoy had a great time at bat. We were thinking 13 to 14 pitches there by Batista.
So Hanley now with runners at first and second, the cleanup hitter. He went down swinging his first time around. They were working him inside in that at-bat, and that hit him. There's some discussion about whether it hit him.
I don't think he sold it very well.
Now they're gonna. There's something. Now they're calling a strike. Is that what happened? I'm officially confused. Oh, he just said one strike. So that was a strike?
Well, I wonder if it touched the inside of the part of the bat or something then.
And that. Okay, this is. Now he shows them the mark on his arm and they tell him it's a walk? Oh, there's some confusion here. The officials are going to get together. Oh, he's bleeding. So the ball didn't hit him.
He can't be bleeding.
No,
If the blood was showing, then he'd have to leave the game. There is a blood rule in the game.
That's where I thought he was going. I thought he was showing them blood and heading toward the dugout. And 2 balls that may or may not have hit Jovan Hanley. The count is 1-1.
Maybe.
The count is officially 1-1, and there's runners on first and second. We're going to have to start miking up the umpires so we can get the explanations.
I don't think the National Censor Board would approve that one.
Oh, Hanley swings right through. And that's only strike 2 to the best of my knowledge. Hanley is all messed up in the batter's box right now.
Well, Hanley is thinking that that second pitch was also called a strike, and so did I, with the arm movement of Charlie Johnson.
That pitch is definitely high and outside for a ball. 2-2 on Hanley. Runners on first and second with one down in the top of the fourth inning. 1-0 the Pueblo Bandits lead here in the final game of the night.
Second time through the order for Circle Top against Batista, so they're picking up on his weaknesses here.
Outside ball 3. Batista's throwing a lot of pitches this inning. No activity in the Pueblo Bandits bullpen. And that is lifted deep into the night in Moline. No question about what that ball hit. It hit the sweet spot on the bat of Yovan Hanley, and Circle Tap have a 3-1 lead.
Just got a little too much of that plate for Batista, and Hanley just drove that ball a long way, almost clearing the second fence here, which goes out at the 300 mark. I think about 5 feet short of that fence.
Van Leishout comes in, the bases are clear, and Batista, he's probably got a headache after the battles he's been in out there in this inning, and he still only has 1 out.
3 walks, though.
Foul ball, that one shakes our camera a little bit. We do have our tech team on it. We know it's tilted a bit to the left, and that is the chance you take when the ball, pardon me, the camera is on your backstop. One ball, one strike on Van Leishout. Check swing, foul ball. 1-2.
Again, Batista must be the workhorse on this Pueblo Bandit team. Nobody really warming up, and he threw the game yesterday against Ostrander.
Good looking pitch is going to be rolled a ball on the outside part of the plate. Two-two count on the catcher. Van Leishout. Just inside for ball 3. And working a walk is Van Leishout. There's nobody out here in the fourth inning. I was thinking there was 1 out for some reason.
Oh, it's been a real long inning here and a lot of pitches thrown.
But nobody warming.
Well, as far as I know, the only other pitcher in the lineup for the Pueblo Bandits will be the right fielder, Seth Bourgeois. So he's doing some stretching, and now he's gone into the windmill section out in right field.
It's hard to see out in right field, but he was doing some lunges just then and putting his arm in the motion. Their designated player in the lineup is Patat. They could bring him in to, or check that, Patat is the Circle Tap Dukes. I can get it out. Sandoval is the designated player for Pueblo, but they haven't decided to bring him in to warm up the right fielder Bourgeois. First pitch is a ball to Patat. Second one is also outside, and Pueblo are starting to feel this slip away a little bit. They've given up 3 on the Jovan Hanley home run to deep left field. Fouled straight back, 2-1.
A real long inning, and a long inning for the infielders for Pueblo Bandits too.
Inside, tied him up, 2-2.
Good quick bat speed there by Petit.
Tom Crouch waits on deck. Popped high, foul behind the backstop. 9 rows deep at diamond number 5. Count is 2-2, nobody out, runner on first. Circle Tap with 3 runs in the inning, lead 3-1. And this is driven out to center field. It's going to be caught at about 220 feet by Chris Norris, 1 away.
Petit just didn't get all of it, got maybe half the ball onto his bat there.
Batting third baseman number 29, Tom Crouch.
Crouch worked himself a walk his last time up to lead off the 3rd inning. He steps in now with 1 down and a runner on first here in the 4th. Nice pitch in, low for a strike on Crouch.
First time in a long time that Batiste has been ahead in the count.
Crouch will foul this off over into diamond 6. Two strikes, Crouch in a hole. Is 3rd baseman for Circle Tap from DeKalb, Illinois. Chopper up the middle, diving play by Vigil, but he can't get to it. Mark it down as a base hit for Tom Crouch.
Just a good clean-cut single, just a punch. That's all Tom was trying to do with 2 strikes there. He's trying to protect the plate. Got a good piece of that ball, driving it right up the middle.
Matazinski, the left fielder, steps in. He is the 7th batter this inning for Circle Tap. He's 0 for 0 with a sacked bunt. Matazinski again takes a high strike 1, much like his last at-bat. Oh, inside. He has to do some mighty fancy stepping to get away from that low pitch.
Batista just not having the complete control that he really usually does.
Oh, it's been a long inning for him. He's definitely laboring out there now. Matazinski skies it, but it's going to be out of play to the left of the backstop. You see Sandoval behind the plate. His jersey's come on tucked. This is a tough inning on a catcher, too. Still only one away. Runners at first in Crouch, second in Van Lyshout. That's chopped down the first base line. And time is called. They're going to figure out if this is a foul ball or a base hit or what. The officials are going to convene. It looked like it bounced foul to fair, but I'm not sure if it hit Matazinski in the process.
Well, I'd love to see the instant replay there, but yeah, I really think that.
So the ball hit Matazinski outside of the batter's box. And I would think in this situation the runners would go back to first and second.
That's correct. It should be a dead ball.
And there's some animated discussion between Jerry Santos and our home plate umpire,
Charlie Johnson from Minnesota.
It's been an interesting night back there for Mr. Johnson.
Well, the only other thing I can think about was that it wasn't a. No, the catcher missed the third strike and it went off his pads and went back in the fair territory. Like it was a third strike. That would be my only guess because that's the only way the runners could advance.
Yeah, it must be the call. I could have sworn that he made contact with Yeah. Okay. We're seeing it all here tonight. 2 down, Justin Colombo. And he is quickly retired. On the line out.
Just stick a rag in my mouth when I start bleeding.
Oh.
Go. A lot of game, guys. Come on.
So
This thing is
Batista
so
gets out of the
loose.
inning actually with a only 3 runs against.
He scored 3 runs. 3 hits. There were no errors.
Oh no.
And 1 run. 2 runs left on base.
3-1 lead for Circle Tap after 3.5. We head to the bottom of the 4th, and the Pueblo Bandits will have their 4, 5, 6 hitters
Call him, will
take
ya?
over.
Can you call him?
Well, Circle Tap
Can you call him up there?
kind of avoided a.
We gotta wait a couple seconds. Yeah? Okay, we're good.
Just aligning the camera up at on the back screen fence there. Hopefully you got a better view at home.
Our camera was dislodged by a rogue foul ball. Should be a little bit better there now. And by tomorrow we will have those couple pieces of chain link out of the screen as well.
Give full credit to Pueblo Bandits to recover out of that inning because they Circle Tap scored 3 runs without anyone out and then stopped the bleeding there.
So the catcher Tyrone Sandoval after that tough inning chops one to third. He dives in, but he is out. Retired by Tom Crouch with a very nice defensive play.
Good play there by Tommy Crouch. Good arm, planted his feet properly. The old step and throw, and a good bullet over there by Crouch.
So no rest for the wicked. Melvin Batista will step in. He tripled his first time and scored the only run for the Bandits. Batista again to the right side, fouled off. And he really pulls off the pitch. That's really kind of how he hit the ball to right field last time.
Batting for the Pueblo, pitcher number 5, Melvin Batista.
Rise ball just out of his zone. Nice pitch though from Gervasuti.
Gervasuti is not allowed a base runner since he came back in this game, back in the bottom of the second inning. With 2 out.
Bounces it in. 2 balls, 1 strike to the pitcher, Melvin Batista. Strike on the inside corner. 2-2. Pueblo led 1-0 until the top of this inning when Circle Tap got 3 runs courtesy of the Jovan Hanley mash. Hard ball to short, that gets through for a single. Melvin Batista is 2 for 2.
Well, obviously helping his own cause there with that base hit, going right up the middle.
Isaac Nanez steps in. He was hit by a pitch in his last at-bat and left stranded at third base. Well, not so stranded. He was out at the plate on that wild pitch.
You'd think that Batista would probably have a nice quiet inning after being on the mound for out there for probably about 15 minutes defensively for that last inning. Now he's back out on the mound, at first base, being a base runner.
Yeah, there's another opportunity here where Pueblo probably could have put a runner in for him.
Depending on the depth of your bench.
One out here is Nanez bats in the 4th. Flared high and foul down the left side. 3-1 Circle Tap in the bottom of the 4th, the final game of the night here on the ISC Network. Chris Abbott and Joe Todd with you late in the night in some places where you're tuned in. 10 o'clock here Central.
One 1:00 in the afternoon in New Zealand.
And we make it 11 in the morning then in Australia, is that right?
Yes.
We do have a couple of Australians in this game, although Goodall was taken out for the pitcher now on the mound in Gervasuti.
Come on, Isaac!
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Nanez goes down on strikes for the second out.
Come on, Chris, don't leave him out there.
Brings to the plate Chris Norris, who had an RBI double in his first trip. Runner on first with 2 down for Norris. The runner is Batista. These two connected for the run earlier. Norris swings through the rise ball for a strike.
Nowhere near the bat of Norris there. Completely lifting his head. Bat way out of the strike zone.
And again, same thing, same pitch. Swing and a miss for a strike.
Base hit, we need base runners, come on.
Time called by Norris. He's in a hole, 0-2. 1, 2, 3, all the same. Dravasuti goes back upstairs, and Chris Norris is down on strikes to end the threat for the Pueblo Bandits here in the bottom of the 4th inning. So after 4 complete, it's a 3-1 lead for the Circle Tap Dukes, and they will send up the top of their order in the 5th inning.
Well, Circle Tap Dukes rallied from behind to score those 3 runs in the top of the 4th inning last time, all with none out. Potential big inning there for Circle Tap, but then the defense and a key strikeout of Jeff Matazinski was able to stop the bleeding there by the Circle Tap Dukes.
Leading off for Circle Tap, on the top of the 5th, will be the shortstop, number 55, Ryan Sinclair.
So Sinclair steps in 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. So Batista's back out on the mound. They didn't use the opportunity to bring in Bourgeois, who is throwing underhand as he warms up in right field. You can see that on your screen right now. Well, he just threw his last one. So it looks like they're going to ride Batista. Still a 3-1 game as they managed to get out of the trouble they were looking at in the 4th. But back around to the top now, and Ryan Sinclair, the shortstop.
Really get a chance to see the new lights that the Green Valley Complex got installed in the off-season.
Yes, I remember watching the last event here, and although it was a beautiful complex by day, at night there was definitely some dark patches out on the field, and we found out at the Hall of Fame breakfast this morning that it was really at the urging of this event coming back that the city stepped up and made those improvements. And it's just gorgeous here now, playing under the lights here on Sunday night.
The lights were a lot lower, too. The standards were a lot lower.
Fouled off by Sinclair. Sinclair leading off for Circle Tap here in the 5th. Tries to sneak a bunt down. It's going to be fouled back. That's strike 2. Full count on Sinclair. Foul ball, will do it again. Batista has seen this happen more than once tonight.
Throwing a lot of pitches tonight. Be interesting to see how many times he's taken a batter to a full count.
He threw 115 last night. Now, of course, fast pitch pitchers don't have the same kind of recovery time that a baseball pitcher would face, but they're still human.
Yes, their arm is not rubber, still actual ligaments and muscles and everything else in there. So,
even though there are some guys in the history of this game who seem to have rubber arms. Full count again. Thought it was a full count. Must have been 2-2. I apologize. Our score clock was down, and I could have sworn the umpire threw up 3 fingers. Change up. Fouled off. Staying alive is Ryan Sinclair, 0 for 2. Here in the top of the 5th inning, Circle Tap put up a 3 spot in the 4th, and that's where we sit. They lead 3-1.
Good time at bat here for Ryan Sinclair. Good fight here.
Another foul ball from Sinclair. It's been a full-time job retrieving foul balls in this game. We've had so many.
Ryan with that wide open stance at home plate.
Rise ball, foul back, and it's going to be a dangerous spot to be over on Diamond 6 because that might be one of the reasons they're looking at replacing the backstops here at Green Valley.
Make them a little bit higher, but obviously eliminate a lot of that.
Well, 3 balls, 2 strikes once again to Ryan Sinclair. Melvin Batista working his guts out on the mound for Pueblo. Another foul ball.
Back in the good old days when somebody used to get 25 cents for a foul ball, they would have made a killing here off Ryan Sinclair.
You'd be cleaning up. Although I do see lots of kids, Joe, out there running around. It's a job that somebody has to do, so. Again, Sinclair in one of those long full counts walks the leadoff batter Sinclair, and we saw Batista motion to the bench. You say, that's it, I am done. Bourgeois is creeping in from right field, just waiting for the call. That's going to do it. Melvin Batista will walk off after pitching 4 innings and 1 batter, giving up 3 earned runs, all on the home run to Jovan Hanley. So Bourgeois comes in to pitch, and we have Ethan Jardine heading out to right field. So we'll have to wait and see if Batista stays in the game to pitch, and if Jardine replaces Vandeval, or does Jardine replace Batista for the time being.
Wait till we get the official call here.
So the first pitcher not named Melvin Batista for the Pueblo Bandits here in the ISC World Tournament. He is the starting right fielder, Seth Bourgeois. Bourgeois from Auckland, New Zealand, where, as you mentioned, it is the middle of the afternoon, so if the Bourgeois family is tuned in, there's your baby boy.
Well, we haven't really got an official acknowledgement. I think Charlie Johnson got on the radio there, but I don't think the radio was working.
Well, we'll find out when the batting order comes around. We do know Jardine's gone to right, Bourgeois is gone to the mound, and Batista is gone to the bench. So he inherits a runner at first with nobody out in the top of the 5th inning. And Daniel Dalton, the second baseman, comes to the plate.
Dalton with his first hit back in the 4th inning. Now looking to add to his totals.
Came around to score on the Hanley home run. 2 stolen bases for Daniel Dalton.
Number 41, the second baseman, Daniel Dalton.
Sinclair running and is in there standing up, and Sinclair came off first base like Usain Bolt. That's 3 stolen bases for Circle Tap tonight.
Okay, that's awesome.
Dalton fouls it off to the left side. 1 ball, 1 strike. In the dirt, no idea where the ball is. Oh, that was interesting. Sandoval, the ball was in his feet. He's looking up at the screen because
there's a ball
trapped in one of the panes just to the left of our camera. You can't see it. And Sandoval's saying, hey, the ball's up there. You got to stop the play. And he was standing on it. So scampering down the third was Ryan Sinclair. We have seen it all here tonight.
That's it. Seth, go get him. Come on.
A 23-0 game. Record number of foul balls.
79-year-old pitcher.
79. Yes, if you weren't here, we had a 79-year-old pitcher in the first game tonight.
Yeah, tomorrow morning. Yeah, they play 12 o'clock. Yep. You working? No, I'm going to watch it. Now, boy, we'll be here.
Dalton with a runner on third. Swing and a miss, strike three. Down goes Daniel Dalton at a pitch he wanted to let go. The inside dipper. So one away for Manny Godoy. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. And what a walk it was, Joe. He had the original full count battle with Batista.
Was that the time of bat where we thought we were going to go into another day?
Hard to shortstop. That's off the foot of Vigil. Scores the runner from third, and it's 4-1 for Circle Tap. So call it an RBI. You call that an E6 though?
Well, if you give him an RBI, it's got to be a base hit because you do not get an RBI on an error. So I'm giving it a base hit.
It was hit hard. It was a playable ball.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah, not on 2 out maybe. I'm not sure. It was a playable ball that still would have scored. That's a miss swing by Hanley. Runner on first, one down. Jovan Hanley had a 3-run shot in his last at-bat. Fouls it off. That got a piece of Sandoval and a big piece by the looks of it.
Charlie Johnson will make sure that Sandoval's taken care of behind there. Take his time.
Ramirez came in to make sure his catcher was all right. Pitch on the outside part of the plate, drop ball.
Where is that?
Leaves a ball.
See, you call it on the other side. Come on.
Runner was off on the pitch. Foul down the right side. Two strikes on Hanley. He had 2 strikes on him last time when he hit one deep into the Quad Cities night. This one's a swing and a foul ball. Don't even know how he made contact. That pitch was so low.
Hanley's a tough out at the plate.
Swing and a miss, strike 3 Hanley, and the runner is safe at second base. Stolen base for Manny Godoy. The 4th stolen base for the Circle Tap Dukes. Tyrone Sandoval's average is not good.
No. Something our teams will take notice of, too, as the week progresses.
So with 2 out, Zane Van Lyshout comes up with a runner on second and a 3-run lead. Drop ball in for strike 1. Top of the 5th inning, Circle Tap wearing all black against the Pueblo Bandits with their red and white ensembles. And no, Circle Tap are not just wearing black t-shirts. They do have a faint outline of a number on the back of their uniforms.
And a green, dark green crusting on the front.
Another long foul ball down the right side.
White top.
Come on, Seth.
Van Lee's out 0 for 1 with a walk.
Again, Pueblo has to stop the bleeding here. They cannot allow that 5th run to cross the plate if they don't want any chance of recovering. Getting back up to the plate again.
Foul ball on the check swing. Little light dusting of the plate. So again, runner on second. Two and two is the count to Van Lyshout.
Pitch just a little high and out of that strike zone.
3-2 with 2 down. Nice big insurance run out on second base for Zane Van Lyshout. Lifted high in the left field. Camping under it is Nanez for the out. And Pueblo will bring it to the bottom of the 5th inning, trailing 4-1.
Circle Tap in the top of the 5th. 1 run, no hit, 1 error, 1 run on left side base.
First time I went, yeah, I fell off my country.
At Cooper Tire, we make tires for people, not just cars. Our brand promise is that Cooper Tires perform on the road so drivers can perform everywhere those roads take them, because life is a journey. From the everyday motorist to the most demanding high-performance off-road and motorsports enthusiasts, we have tires for you. Cooper Tire is proudly based in Findlay, Ohio, and we have manufacturing, sales and distribution, technical and design operations within our family of companies in more than a dozen countries around the world. Visit us online at coopertire.com to learn more. Cooper Tire, proud of where we've been, confident in where we're going.
I know what you're doing. Anyway, we'll see you back here.
Sebastian Gervasuti back out on the mound. And really him entering the game has been the difference, Joe, as he came in, bases loaded, 1 out, and at the time Circle Tap were losing 1-0, and it looked like it was going to be more.
Done a great job coming off the mound there. 5 strikeouts to this point. Just one base runner has reached base on Gervasuti, a single back by starting pitcher Melvin Batista. He got stranded at first base. A great job of relief here by Sebastian Gervasuti.
So batting is Sean Vanderval.
Number 6, Sean Vanderwall.
Vanderval walked and was stranded at second base his first time around. Stranded when Gervasuti came out. He was actually the last batter faced by Goodall. That's outside, 1-1.
Come on, Sean.
Staying on the outside corner. This one is good for a strike. Vanderval thinks it was off the plate, but rarely does the player's opinion matter.
Not really, no at all. Just the back man behind the blue with that blue shirt on.
And again, Gervasuti living on that outside edge. Vanderval, when you're the DP and you wait so long to get back up there and you go down looking, that's frustrating.
We'll give full credit to Sebastian Gervasuti. He's been around the plate all night since he come in there. This is his 6th strikeout since he came in.
You know, Joey came in, he threw those 2 balls in the dirt, and the catcher, Van Lyshout, went out, and I said, what do you think he could have said to him? Well, whatever he said to him seemed to have worked out. Because,
I think they were a decoy.
Oh, maybe, maybe. He's been rolling ever since. Dan Vigil, pardon me, steps in, the shortstop, went down looking. He was the first batter Gervasuti faced.
Daniel. I'm going nowhere else.
One counts. Well high and outside, and a nice job by Van Lyshout to even come up with that ball.
Van Lyshout's done a good job since Gervasuti's come in the game. It was a big play there when Van Lyshout got Isaac Nunez at the home plate area for the second out of that second inning.
Rise ball laid off by Vigil. 3 balls and 1 strike. Ball 4. And a walk issued by Gervasuti, the first he's given tonight. And that'll bring him back to the top of the lineup for Wilton Villafana, who's been wonderful defensively, but comes in 0 for 2.
Well, first little dent in the armor for Sebastian Gervasuti with that walking the number 9 batter. Giving Pueblo a chance to get back in this game. You're back up at the top of the order. This is only the 5th inning.
And again, high and out of the zone. They're calling that a swing.
Well, Villafana bats crossed the plate there. Wasn't able to hold up.
Not much argument, so. Hard drop ball is low for a ball. 1-1 with a runner on first base. 1 down in the bottom of the 5th inning. Back to the top of the order for the Pueblo Bandits, and they're trying to claw their way back into this game, trailing by 3 runs.
Come on, Wilton. Come on, buddy.
Again, that's been the money pitch for Gervasuti tonight. Little curve over the outside part, especially to the lefties.
Tired blue.
Well, I had mentioned that he's always been around the plate, and that's why he's getting those extra calls by home plate umpire Charlie Johnson. When you're around the plate and you hit and mitt, you're going to get those kind of breaks.
He got the target that time, but Van Lysat was well out into the far batter's box as they tried to give Villafana the chase. 2-2. Oh, Gervasuti wanted that one as he pivots hard and walks back to the back of the mound. Full count.
Batter had better be aggressive in this situation.
He was aggressive and swung right through it. Villafana goes down on strikes for the second time tonight. And with 2 down, Nick Santos, carrying 2 strikeouts of his own, will bat for the Bandits.
That brings to the plate the second baseman, number 4, Nick Santos.
Santos is from Lakewood, Colorado. Foul ball, strike 1 on Santos as he falls behind in the count. Now on the outside part of the plate to the right-handed hitter who doesn't agree. Strike 2.
Dick, just in the back. This guy don't have a clue back here.
0-2 count. Santos is in a lot of trouble with a runner on first and 2 down. We'll call it a hat trick. Nick Santos punched out, and the Pueblo Bandits will have to wait until the 6th inning if they want to cut into the lead that Circle Tap has built.
Pueblo in the bottom of the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors. There was 1 runner left on base.
The 6, 7, 8 batters due up for Circle Tap.
In the top of the 6th, it'll be the designated player, number 12, Gerald.
Well, the Pueblo Bandits have to get that bat off their shoulders to get a little bit more swinging action. Of the 15 outs recorded for the Pueblo Bandits, 11 of them have been strikeouts. So just 2 ground balls and then 1 fly out ball to the outfield, the leadoff batter of the game. Wilton Villafana was the only ball that's actually left the infield on a fly ball out. So both pitchers, Joel Goodall and Sebastian Gervasuti, doing a great job on the mound containing the Pueblo Bandit bats. With just 3 hits to this point and just the 1 run, Pueblo Bandit stranding 4 runners to this point.
Circle Tap have scored in the last 2 innings, and they will look to continue that streak here in the 6th. Seth Bourgeois from New Zealand is on the mound. He took over from Melvin Batista last inning after Batista walked the leadoff batter. And he had just thrown all that he could throw. Guillermo Patat takes a drop ball just off the plate for a ball. That one's a little bit better. Strike 1, 1-1.
Come on, Seth.
Following the Gervasuti model. Curving in over the outside part of the plate to the lefty. 1-2. Off the plate, outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Patat. Struck out looking in the second, flew out to the center fielder in the fourth. High drop ball, maybe a little bit off of it. And a full count. Bourgeois, the leadoff batter here in the top of the sixth inning. 4-1 lead for Circle Tap, the visitors in this game. Tom Crouch is on deck. Diving stop by Veal. Beautiful 6-3 to open up the top of the sixth inning.
Great defense there by Vilfano, stretching right out, actually throwing the ball from his knees or his stomach, actually. Good strong arm and a strong shoulder, directing it over to first base for the first out of the sixth inning.
The shortstop, Dan Veal. It's Tom Crouch, who's got a single and a walk. Crouch having a great night at the dish. Slow roller to short. Of a different variety, same result. 2 down.
Just the type of inning Pueblo is probably looking for, a good quick inning here so they can get back in and use those bats again.
Jeff Matazinski, the left fielder, coming in. A sacrifice. And a strikeout on his ledger. Strike one.
Number 50, Jeff Matazinski.
Wow, that one gets away from Bourgeois. He flashes a big smile. You can see it all the way up here. You're just going to forget that one and move right along. 1 ball, 1 strike to Matazinski.
That one just about hit the mascot.
Much better pitch, but a ball a little bit low on the 6'2", 6'3" Matazinski.
Last time I ran into Jeff was I ran into him out right before I went to California.
High drop, missed his spot though. The catcher Sandoval had to reach in. 3-1.
Again, you'd be getting those type of calls if you've been around the plate, but Bourgeois has been not at his best tonight.
Matazinski helps him out, swinging at a pitch that was a little low and off the plate. Full count. Feel like I've got that on repeat tonight. Low for ball 4. A 2-out walk to the left fielder Matazinski, bringing up Justin Colombo, the number 9 batter. Right fielder Colombo is 0 for 2, a strikeout and a line out. Takes it high for ball 1. Bourgeois wanted the call. That drop ball was swiped at by Sandoval, but still good for a strike.
Sandoval's doing a lot of moving back there, which is helpful to your pitcher in getting those strike calls when the catcher's blocking the umpire's view.
Grooved in by Bourgeois, outside corner, 1-2 is the count on the 9-hitter Colombo. Flared out over short. Colombo will put Matazinski first to third. And that'll bring it back to Ryan Sinclair, who singled and scored in his last at-bat.
Good wheels with Jeff Matazinski circling second base. Never stopping, and green light ball right in front of him, so he exactly knew where he was running.
Well, in this day and age, most players, especially with 2 out, are expected to go first to third on anything here in Fastpitch. So it is first and third with 2 down. Sinclair is 1 for 3. Ground ball foul down the third base line. Bourgeois is ahead 0-1 on Ryan Sinclair, the shortstop. Hello to any of Sinclair's family who are watching in the middle of the afternoon in Australia. Getting late at night here in Quad Cities, 20 minutes before 11 o'clock. Change up in for a strike.
Nice pitch location there by Bourgeois.
Desperation swing. Sinclair will pop up to the pitcher, and that'll do it for Circle Tap in the top of the 6th inning. They'll score no runs on a hit and a walk and carry a 4-1 lead into the bottom of the 6th.
For Circle Tap at the top of the 6th, no runs. There was 1 hit, no errors, 2 base runners left on base. For Pueblo in the bottom of the 6th, first baseman number 22, Mike Ramirez will lead off.
Well, you've got to think if you're the Pueblo Bandits right now, you've got your 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up in the 6th inning, and you're trailing by 3. It's never over till it's over, but you're really going to want to make some hay while the sun's shining right now.
Exactly. The Pueblo Bandits are in that meaty part of the order there we just talked about. So with Ramirez, Sandoval, and it's going to be interesting to see if they bring maybe Batista's bat back off the bench to re-enter in that situation. Should runners appear, or should any hits appear in that inning. Batista does swing a nice bat.
He does. And it would have been the right fielder who came in for him in Jardine. Trying to peer down at the bench now. I can't really tell as of yet, but we'll certainly keep you abreast of the situation. And it may all be for naught unless Ramirez and Sandoval can get something going before him.
Correct.
So Mike Ramirez steps in, 0 for 2. A strikeout and a ground out to the pitcher. As Gervasuti made that clothesline of a throw over to first base.
Game has now touched the 2-hour mark.
Swing and a miss from Ramirez, a healthy hack. 1. That's way out of the zone. Ramirez ducks underneath. Gervasuti gives a little smile. Another rise ball that Ramirez isn't going to bite on. He seems to have that pitch in his eye line. That's not going to cause him to swing. Gervasuti falls off the mound, but the drop ball will result in a strike anyhow.
2-2 count now. You're going to see if the potentially that was the first time that Gervasuti got behind the count. Now it's all tied up at 2-2.
Swing and a miss on the inside rise ball. Ramirez wouldn't have hit that one with an oar, and he is down on strikes.
Number 9 strikeout for Gervasuti. Number 12 on the night for the complete Circle Tap Dukes.
Catcher Tyrone Sandoval is in. He grounded out to the third baseman Crouch in his last at-bat. And they'll take strike one from the big Argentinian. That one's high, ricochets off a post, out to Crouch, maybe a little harder than Sandoval hit the last one. One and one now the counts, with one away in the 6th inning. Cleanup hitter Sandoval at the plate. Bandits trail by 3. Sandoval lifts this into left field. It's going to get down. No, I'm really sorry, folks. We can't see out there. And it looked like he was rolling into second, but another nice play by Jeff Matazinski. We have a blind spot out there in left field.
Cut that dugout cover over.
Plus the dew is starting to settle in the outfield. You can see it there on your screen. It's 2 down here in the 6th inning. So it'll be Jardine's first at bat. Two down in the Pueblo half of the 6th inning. Couple of updates from around the park. Tin Cup defeated Chetty's Pretty Boys 7-0. And the Delisle Diamond Dogs with a 5-4 victory over the Shakespeare Falcons in 8 innings. 5 unanswered runs for Delisle. So Trevor Ethier and his squad will move on in the winner's bracket. Check that further in the loser's bracket. Winners in the loser's bracket.
Winners in the loser's bracket.
If you're going to be a loser, you might as well be a winner, right, Joe?
Sure.
All right. Jardine lifts this high and deep to right, but well foul. Full count to Jardine with 2 down in the bottom of the 6th inning. And he's rung up. Add another strikeout to the totals for Sebastian Gervasuti. 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the 6th, and the meat of the Bandits' order is spoiled.
Again, not just a good showing there, just some weak bats there by the Pueblo Bandits. Gervasuti staying around that plate, staying close to the plate all the time.
13 strikeouts through 6 innings. Yikes. So Seth Bourgeois comes out for the 7th.
Daniel Dalton.
2, 3, 4 batters for Circle Tap in Daniel Dalton, Emmanuel Godoy, and Jovan Hanley. And Hanley's home run is the difference. A 3-run shot back in the 4th.
A well-hit ball, too. Went very deep, almost about 10 feet short of that second fence here.
Daniel Dalton leads off. He is 1 for 2 with a strikeout, a walk, a stolen base, 2 stolen bases, and a run scored in an eventful day in his ISC debut. Haven't had any balls hit to him yet. He had one that he just couldn't reach over his head. We'll Circle Tap looking for a little more insurance. Pueblo looking to shut the door and rally in the bottom. Inside and low for ball 2.
Bourgeois really struggling since he come in the game. Vanderval now going out, picking up a piece of paper, I guess, coming off.
A little bit of debris out there in front of the pitcher's mound. Some bugs coming out late at night. You see our Bourgeois swat one away. Inside for ball 3. Daniel Dalton well ahead in the count. Taken all the way for strike 1. Dalton leading off here in the 7th for Circle Tap. They lead 4-1. In their first game here at the World Tournament, Dalton will take ball 4. And I'm going to say that he's going to try and steal his third base before this at-bat is over.
I'm sure he'll get the green light for the two attempts earlier in the game, so.
Check swing called a strike by Godoy. He wants to know if it was a swing or the pitch was there. Umpire
Charlie Johnson
is not
acknowledging.
He wasn't expressive over which, but they had the conversation. So. Dalton fakes running. Sandoval pops up, takes a look back. 1-1. Godoy drills this to center field. Going back is Norris. He's getting turned around all the way to the fence. Dalton's going to get over to the third. They're going to hold him there. And it's a double for Manuel Godoy. He powered it into the outfield off the inside of the bat.
That brings to the plate the center fielder, number 28.
Center fielder Chris Norris really playing shallow there for Godoy. Ball driven deep over his head. Now advancing Dalton to third base and Godoy to second.
And Hanley steps up with an opportunity for some more RBI. Everything's been inside to Hanley tonight. They don't want to give him the opportunity to extend those very muscularly defined arms he has there. Fouled it off his foot, 1-1. Bourgeois wants a new ball. Tyler Johnson obliges him. Nobody out, runners on second and third. Hanley watches it high and outside. Zane Van Lyshout is on deck. Pitch is high, 3-1 to Hanley. You know he's got the green light and he wants to tee off here.
Bourgeois anywhere near the plate, I'm sure he will be.
Just give me one, he said, and it's fouled well back. Stop me if you've heard this before tonight. We've got a full count. Jovan Hanley.
It's going to be interesting to see the pitch count in this game by the Pueblo Bandits. Bourgeois and Batista both have thrown a lot of pitches in this game.
What's wrong with that, Blue?
And the native of Hastings, New Zealand, will walk.
What's wrong with that?
Bringing up the catcher, Zane Van Lyshout.
Now batting catcher, number 33, Zane Van Lyshout.
A meeting on the mound for the Bandits. Again, not sure what you discuss here. Maybe a bit of the scouting, maybe what you're going to do if the balls hit you, but
Momentum now swinging to the Circle Tap Dukes.
and we've got our video stream back. Wild pitch, runners won't go.
What's that?
Patat steps in, 0 for 3. He's got the bases loaded, good time to break out.
Still looking for that first out.
5-1 Circle Tap leading. Chance to really pile on here now. Foul ball for a strike, 1-1. Still nobody out here in the 7th inning.
Come on, man, high, come on! Work hard!
Pitch on the outside part of the plate. Bourgeois gets the call for a strike. 1-2.
Come on, Seth. Good job, Seth.
Another wild pitch. Now they're going to try and score the runner from third. And safely in is Godoy for the second run of the inning. Bourgeois has really lost his consistency out there on the slab.
And Vanderval struggled all night behind the plate too, so
now runners on second and third with nobody out for Patat. Grounded out to short his last time up. Great diving play out there by Dan Veal. And a strikeout victim this time, Patat, 0 for 4. A tough night for the designated player. The guy who's having a good night is Tom Crouch, and he'll step in with one down and runners on second and third.
Now batting third baseman, number 29, Tom Crouch.
Another one to the backstop from Bourgeois.
Work hard.
He's not bouncing them in, he's lifting them, so he's hanging on to that ball a little too long, putting a little bit too much underneath. Fouled off to the right side. To an area where there's a lot of people congregated, actually. Everyone looks to be okay. 1-1 the count on Crouch. 6-1 now, Circle Tap lead here in the 7th. Foul ball. 1-2 the count on the third baseman, Tom Crouch. He's walked, singled, and grounded out in his 3 previous at-bats.
Bourgeois looking for a big out here, Special K.
Oh, and he danced the curveball inside. Nothing Crouch could do, and he goes down looking, back-to-back strikeouts.
One more, guys.
Well, he got that Special K that I was talking about because you just don't want that big inning. You still got a little ways to go in future games in this tournament, so you want to carry something away from this game at the conclusion of it.
Come on, Seth.
Matazinski with a sacrifice, a strikeout, and a walk, leaving him 0 for 1 tonight. Chopper to short, tough play for Veal. That's going to score 2 runs as The in-between hop will eat up Dan Vihil, and Matazinski will bring 2 in. Four runs here in the 7th inning for Circle Tap. That was a tough play, even if he did come up with the ball.
Yeah, I've got him marked as a base hit with 2 RBIs.
Justin Colombo singled his last time and was stranded. Chopper to second. Another in-between hop, and Santos will go 4 unassisted for the outs. 4 runs for insurance tacked on by Circle Tap here in the top of the 7th inning. Last chance for the Bandits to stay in the winner's bracket coming up right now.
Well, they scored 4 runs, but 3 of those runs that scored were on walks too. Only one key hit in that whole inning. The walks set up the whole inning.
The walks are more dangerous than a guy with a mask in a horror movie, Joe. They're killer.
Good description.
Well, it's starting to look like a horror movie out there in the outfield. Some mist and some dew is starting to take over here in Moline. The 6, 7, 8 batters are due up. Nanez, Norris, and the DP, Sean Vandeval. Sebastian Drivasuti looking to finish off his win here in relief.
Drivasuti's done a great job in relief. 10 strikeouts, only allowed 2 base runners, a base hit to Melvin Batista and a walk to Dan Vigil back in the 5th inning. The only 2 people to touch base. Just 1 fly ball out recorded by Sebastian Drivasuti.
Nanez has been hit by a pitch and struck out in his first 2 at-bats. Takes a strike, 1-1. High and inside, 2-1. This is our final game of the day. We will be on the air every day this week, and we will mainly be staying in the winner's bracket, Joe, until Friday, and we'll pick up some of the teams as they battle their way back through, all culminating with the championship game, 7 p.m. Saturday night. Drop ball on the inside. Strike 2. This is lifted. Dalton backpedals and makes the grab, 1 down.
Good range by Dalton to back up. Backpedaled very smoothly there.
Batting center fielder, number 45, Chris Norris.
Norris has driven in the only run tonight for the Bandits back in the 2nd inning with an RBI double. Went down looking in his last at-bat. Now he shows bunt, takes strike 1.
Don't know what that really accomplished.
Well, if you're going to get 7 runs, you've got to get the first guy on, I suppose. But he didn't really attempt at the bunt.
No. And again, Gervasudi's been right around the plate, so he's going to get those type of calls.
That and at 8-1, you know he's going to throw a strike in his first pitch, or at least try and get ahead. That may have been a strike, but Van Lyshout didn't come up with it, so he does not get the call. Two and 1 is the count on Norris. Bottom of the 7th inning. Hard pitch on the outside part of the plate, 2-2. Swing and a miss on the drop ball, strike 3. Down goes Norris. And down to their last out are the Pueblo Bandits. Designated player Sean Vandeval with a walk and a strikeout.
Designated player number 6, Sean Vandeval.
Well, we'll see if Gervasudi can end the game in style. He's had 11 strikeouts to this point. Looking for number 12 here.
Chop foul for strike 1. Swinging through for strike 2 is Vandeval. Looking at his bat saying, is there a hole in this thing or what?
Great movement on that ball by Gervasudi. Gervasudi with a little grin on his face now.
That hit Van Lyshout perfectly in the target, but he had crept out just a little too far and not taking the opportunity to ring up the batter to end the game was umpire Johnson. Vandeval gets a good piece, sends it deep foul to the left side.
Go, Wolfie, come on.
Drop ball on the outside, 2-2.
Van Lyshout just didn't frame that ball properly. Might have got that call if he framed it.
Circle Tap trying to wrap up their first win. Time is called by Vandeval. And that will do it. The Circle Tap Dukes have sent the Pueblo Bandits to the loser side of the tournament. And Circle Tap will move on and continue their trek. They will play against the Peligro Gremlins 4 p.m. tomorrow in their second game. Winning pitcher will be Sebastian Gervasudi, and the losing pitcher will be Melvin Batista. Any final thoughts from you, Mr. Todd?
No, just a great relief work by Sebastian Gervasudi coming off the bench with recording 12 strikeouts. And the ability or non-ability for the Pueblo Bandits just getting 3 hits tonight. So very quiet night at the plate.
And it will soon be a quiet night at the park, because that does it for day number 2 here at the ISC World Tournament in Moline, Illinois, the Quad Cities. We will see you tomorrow back here on the ISC Network. Our schedule is posted on iscfastpitch.com. On behalf of Joe Todd, Blair Setford, Lance Wynn, and all the hardworking men and women behind the scenes here at the ISC Network, thank you, and have a great night.